the reason you must work for yourself when or after you're done working for somebody else. Okay? So you're worth way more than what you're paying you, and it's kind of starting to get a little delusional here. Okay? Now then again, there's a system and there's a program for a reason, right? And you know, a job is a job, and there's really nothing you can do to change that. It's their rules, right? But when you can clearly see that you are worth way more, and not only that, this was a situation that started out with a group of 6 people that began with the teardown of a system to construct a new one, correct? And not everyone's going to stay. Not everyone is going to be consistent. And not everyone's going to really like, you know, the way things are changing up the more you start to see what people are truly about. Some people may not be able to keep up. Some people have kids. Some people can't be there that long and can't continue to, you know, keep up with the pace of other people. We're all living different lives. But this is for those of you who know for a fact that you're worth way more than what you're paying you. And not only that, if you don't catch it, because you need to catch it quick, there will be, if you're really that person who you know you're worth more than what they're paying you, right? So what began as a situation, and this is a generalization, where you could be getting paid 8 hours. You're working from 6 to 2, right? And before this happens, you were getting paid for them lunch hours. You were getting paid during lunch, and a lot of places do this, some places don't. And now you see 2 weeks later, now that it's just you and, you know, another person, and 4 of others may have dropped, you're not getting paid for your lunch hour. And not only that, they downsized and you're doing more work. Whoa. And you're making less money. Whoa. You need to do something right away. You need to show that you are worth more. Now, this is during the job, you know, because you're spending a third of your whole day for 5 days out of 7 days. And, you know, we just use the word days and hours to break down, you know, how you can even see through this, right? You are worth way more than that. And what you need to do if you're this type of person is you need to continue to put your real self into what it is you truly want to do. Put your real work into what it is you truly want to do. So that way you can continue to do that and, you know, be secure, stable, and, you know, work your way towards that. But this is only if you're not someone who's really, you know, satisfied with what's currently going on in the occupation you're using to, you know, meet your finances. Okay? So this is something that is just real irritating because, you know, not everybody's going to be at the highest top. You know, you can't be the top of the top. You know, so this is why there's positions where there's tiers when it comes to management or authority and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you can find yourself comfortable with what you're doing, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's always a good fit for someone. Just because someone's a higher position than you doesn't mean that you can compare and say, oh, they have a better life. That is definitely not true at all. There's people who choose to do what they're doing because it works for them and allows them to do whatever it is that they're doing, whether they're married, have kids, vice versa. But that is not the reasoning to this. The reasoning to this video right here is during the hours of this occupation, you are putting in more energy, more work, and more productivity, and the proof is clear as day, and you're making less money because they must now switch up the system. You know, obviously there's going to be people who get cut, who are not doing that anymore. But when you notice over time that you are doing much more work than you were before, and now they want to cut your lunch break and you're making less money doing more, you need to say something, you need to do something. And if not so, you need to make sure that, because, and not only that, this is a job that you're just using to get you to where you need to be, you know. But when you're someone who can actually see through this, you're going to see that this is something that you're not going to want to stick with because it's going to be seen as disrespectful. Because you're doing the same thing over and over, getting better at it day by day. So those around you who started at it, whether they're with you or not, listen, the more that they cut the people, they're gonna make you do more work because that's who you are. So if you're not someone who can see through this, you're not making your money's worth at all, and they're using you. That's exactly what's being done. Now, they may not see it that way because they don't have the perspective you have, but they will know this as due to you, just you being the one who is still there. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, they wouldn't still have you there. So this is just a generalization. If you're working an occupation right now, and this doesn't apply to someone who's been comfortable and you've been here for years, you know, this is when you see these people who've been here for years switch up. And now, they, you know, because they'll be happy to have someone like that, right? Someone who's continuing to better the place, and, you know, that's going to trickle up. And now it allows them to do things that they haven't done before. They're probably going to make more money. And if they're making more money, you deserve to make more money too. So make sure you catch that. If you're someone who, and this is just an example, you started off as a group of 6 people doing the same thing, and you guys were getting the job done, you know, but some dropped here and there, some were doing things here and there, they're not there anymore. You and this other person is still here who decided to stay, right? So 2 out of 6 you're doing more work now because it's easier to govern with less people, but yet now they want to cut lunch break, cut hours, and they make more. No, you need to make more too, if you guys get what I'm saying. So the reason you must work for yourself after or when you are done working under someone. And this applies to if you're someone who is not getting your money's worth. Okay, so whatever it is that you want to do, always make sure to put a little bit of that into when you're done, because you see how time and energy, that is what makes money. Time and energy, you know? So I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that. Thanks for watching.